The General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, is a law in the European Union that protects personal data. Personal data means any information about a person like their name, email, or IP address. GDPR came into effect on May 25, 2018, to give control back to people and ensure companies use data responsibly. Companies must ask for permission before using personal data and protect it from misuse. GDPR created a single set of rules for all EU countries, making it easier for companies to operate across borders. It applies to any company handling personal data of EU citizens, even those outside the EU. GDPR is built on several key principles to ensure data is handled properly. The first principle is lawfulness, fairness, and transparency, meaning companies must process data legally and fairly, and be open about how they use it. The second principle is purpose limitation, which means data should only be collected for specific reasons. The third principle is data minimization, only collect the data needed. The fourth principle is accuracy, keep data accurate and up to date. The fifth principle is storage limitation, delete data when no longer needed. The sixth principle is integrity and confidentiality, protect data from unauthorized access and breaches. GDPR was needed because technology has changed and people share more data online than ever before. Data breaches have become more common, leading to identity theft and financial loss. Stronger laws were needed to protect people's data and build trust. Inconsistent laws across the EU made it hard for companies to follow all the rules. GDPR created a single set of rules for the entire EU. It empowers individuals by giving them more control over their data. Clinical trials often involve collecting personal data from participants, like medical history and genetic information. GDPR impacts how this data is handled, requiring explicit and informed consent from participants. Researchers should only collect necessary data and keep it secure. Participants have the right to access their data and request its deletion. Data protection by design and by default must be considered in every step of the research process. This ensures data is handled responsibly and securely. GDPR gives several rights to data subjects, ensuring control over their data. The right to be informed, know how data is used, the right of access, request a copy of their data, the right to rectification, correct incorrect data, the right to erasure, ask for data to be deleted, the right to restrict processing, limit how data is used, the right to data portability, move data from one service to another, the right to object, stop data from being used, rights related to automated decision-making, challenge automated decisions. These rights help people control their data and ensure it is used responsibly. GDPR has strict penalties for violations to ensure compliance. Fines can be up to 20 million euros or 4% of annual global turnover for serious breaches. Lesser breaches can result in fines up to 10 million euros or 2% of annual global turnover. Penalties aren't just financial. Companies can be ordered to stop processing data or change how they handle it. Regulators can issue warnings and require specific actions like improving data security. Penalties act as a deterrent, encouraging companies to take data protection seriously. By following GDPR, companies can avoid these penalties. Compliance ensures data is handled responsibly and securely. Organizations need to take several steps to comply with GDPR. Understand what data they collect, where it comes from, and how it is used. Get proper, clear, and informed consent from individuals. Keep data secure with strong security measures like encryption. Be transparent about data usage with clear privacy policies. Minimize data collection, only collect necessary data. Be ready to respond to data requests, access, correct, and delete data. Train staff regularly to understand GDPR and its implications. Regular training helps ensure compliance and proper data handling. These steps help organizations protect personal data and build trust. GDPR is crucial for data protection in the digital age. It gives control back to people and builds trust by ensuring responsible data use. Key principles guide proper data handling: lawfulness, fairness, transparency, and more. GDPR was needed due to technological changes and increasing data breaches. It created a single set of rules for the EU, simplifying cross-border operations. GDPR impacts many areas, including clinical trials, ensuring proper data handling. Overall, GDPR is essential for protecting personal data and creating a trustworthy digital world.